In this article, the columnist tries to explain the nature of food losses and waste. And he also discusses the measures that can be adopted to tackle it. So what does he say? He says that UN designated September 29th as the International Day on Awareness of Food Loss and the Wastage. And he gives the statistics. What statistics does he give? He says that according to survey by FAO, Food Agriculture Organization, about 13% of food loss waste occurs between the harvest to retail. And according to United Nations Economic Program, according to UNEP, 17 percentage of the food losses occur between the retail to feeding people. So harvest, see, from harvest it comes to market, from market it goes to people, right? So from here to here the 13 percentage of losses, from here to here there is 17 percentage of losses, cumulatively 30 percentage, cumulatively 30 percentage of the losses are happening in the food. So if you come to India, almost, if you come to in India, almost 18.5, almost 18.5 billions, 18.5 billion of food loss occur in India. So what does he say? So if you are addressing this problem, if you are addressing the problem of the food loss and wastage, that we are going to address the major environmental problems like greenhouse gas emissions. See, we can reduce 10 percentage of the greenhouse gas emissions and 38 percentage of the total energy savings. So if you are reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, and if you are reducing the energy energy consumption, means then we need to produce the less amount of energy, so less emission of the gases, so it will lead to better environmental conditions. So he also, so in order to have sustainable development, so in order to have sustainable development, addressing the problem of food loss and waste is an important thing, right? So again coming, so in order to have initially what he said, that 13 percentage of the losses occurring between the harvest to the retail. So while harvesting, if you use the combined harvester, then we can reduce the food loss or food waste. So, and he also saying that the farmers you have he also saying that farmers who have used the combine harvesters in particularly paddy, so they have seen the significant reduction in the losses. So he is also mentioning some critical data about the usage of these missions in India. According to, he gives a survey, according to All India Depth and Investment Survey, only 4.4% of the farmers in India hold the tractors. And he is also saying that 86 percentage of the small and marginal farmers are in India. 86% are small and marginal farmers. So they cannot afford the tractors. So why food harvest losses are occurring in India? It's majorly because of they use the manual methods to harvest the crop. So while harvesting, if you are using manual methods, there is a scope for the loss. So he's telling, so it is better to use the mechanization to reduce the losses, he's saying. So since we have almost like 86 percentage of the farmers are small farmers, then you can make the use of FPO and custom hiring centers in order to adapt them to the use of these mechanizations. So he's saying that, so we need to, in order to address the problem of in order to address the problem of technology and use of the missions in the agriculture, we need to go for uberization of the farm machinery. What does an uber cab do? Uber, see, most of the middle class people doesn't have a car. So those who wanted to use the car, they have all the services, right? Rental. So he's saying that we need to go for a rental for the farm machinery. So at the same time, he's also saying that we need to adopt the green technologies for the mechanized green technologies green technologies for the mechanization. He's saying, for example, he's saying solar dryers can be used for the harvesting. He's saying. So he's also saying that almost 10 percentage of the post harvest losses are in India. He's saying that 10 percentage of the crop is a post harvest loss in India. He's saying. So why it is happening? It's because of the poor infrastructure and poor cold storage facilities and no proper transportation. So because of all these factors, we are having the post harvest losses. So in order to address this problem, so recently government took the initiative. It wanted to enhance the grain storage. So as a part of it, India plans to enhance the grain storage to 70 MMT. So he is also saying that in order to address these problems, we need to adapt to the newer technologies. And he is also telling there is a need to relook at the jute package. We need to look at the jute packaging and material act. So this as a part of the act, so we need to use the jute bags for the storage of the grains. But since jute is a water gushing crop and use of the gunny bags allows the rodents to attack it, it is leading to the loss of the food. So he is telling us to relook at the jute packaging material act. So in a country, since India's long coastline, it is also one of the most susceptible to climate change. So addressing these food losses and the food wastage lead to significant reduction in the greenhouse gases, and it will also lead to the sustainable development.